The kidnap of an 85-year-old grandfather, Chris Baghdasarian, was the first mistake they made. The second mistake they made was taking that grandfather's life. And the third mistake they made was getting caught by the police, because now the whole criminal underworld has vowed that they will take these two people's lives. For all I have in this world is my. Rightio legends, Chaos Chronicles, and we're back again with another banger. And so today we're talking about the poor old man, the 85-year-old man, Chris Baghdasarian, who was kidnapped by mistaken identity by two absolute morons, and they have taken his life. So if you guys aren't aware of what was going on, so for the past 5, the police were looking for this old man, and it was made aware very early on in the process that this old man was kidnapped by mistaken identity. So they have kidnapped the wrong person. And so they sent in kidnap, like ransom videos. They were asking for $50 million. They sent in a photo of the old man's hand where they cut off his thumb, I believe, but if not, it was definitely one of his fingers. And obviously they have taken his life. Now, why they have done that is just absolutely stupid. He's an 85-year-old man. They should have just let him go somewhere down the street. Like, they've made absolute massive mistakes. And today, people are coming out and have spoken to the media. And so people from the criminal underworld in Sydney have vowed that they will take these two men's lives. So Daniel Stevens and Gerald Andrews is the name of the two men, the two absolute morons who made this absolute grave mistake. So the first mistake they made was kidnapping the wrong person, and the second mistake they made was taking Chris Baghdasarian's life. And then the third mistake they made was getting caught, because I always say that the real justice happens behind the prison walls, which is exactly what is going to happen to these two people. So it's quite funny, actually. I was actually going to make a video because so many people have asked me in comments and on lives over the last few days what would happen to Daniel Stevens and Gerald Andrews in prison. And well, let's be quite frank about that. So they obviously will be going to prison in the New South Wales prison system. And all you guys have to do is jump into Google and have a look in the last 10 years how many prisoners' lives have been taken in New South Wales prisons. And then also have a look at how many serious assaults have happened in New South Wales prisons. Now, undoubtedly, now because the criminal underworld have come out and said that they have vowed that they will take these two morons' lives for what they have done, that no doubt that they will go to protective custody. So they will go into protection, but that does not mean that they cannot be got at. Now, I make light of this all the time. So all you have to do, once again, jump into Google and have a look at some of our worst, like our country's worst child PDF files and where they are right now because they were sent to prison. And that is in the ground, 6 feet under, exactly where they deserve to be. And so each one of those people was in protection, and they had their lives taken very, very drastically. And so, and also you can also have a look and see how often these people get assaulted and their lives taken in prison. And the New South Wales prison system is probably one of the most unforgiving prison system in the Australian prison system altogether. And yeah, so we're going to take a look at a report from the Daily Mail where a whistleblower has come out and said that people that they were supposed to have doing this for and the criminal underworld have come out and said that these people will definitely get their lives taken, and you can almost guarantee that this is going to happen in prison. But rightio, let's go and take a look at this news clipping. It's actually quite full on. But before we do, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please jump down there, shoot me a subscription, and if you smash that bell icon, you'll never miss any of my clips again. And so also, guys, the Discord link is working again in my link section on my channel page. And so if you guys don't know what Discord is, it's where we all hang out and you can have a chat with everyone from the Chaos crew that joins my lives, my premieres. And it's just where everyone hangs out and chats. You can send videos and pictures and whatnot. And it's an absolutely awesome place. So that is, the link is working again in my channel page. But rightio, let's get into it.
A catastrophic case of mistaken identity that triggered an 11-day search, a torture video and a shocking $50 million ransom plot has ended in tragedy, with the discovery of an innocent 85-year-old grandfather's body and the arrests of 2 men. Now, major organised crime figures have pledged to kill the fools responsible for the bungled kidnapping plot.
So there's no mistaking in what he just said then. They said that major crime figures have vowed to take these 2 men's lives.
As New South Wales Police try to piece together what on earth happened in this bizarre case. I'm Stephen Gibbs and I've been investigating the disturbing murder of Chris BAGHSARIAN, whose remains were uncovered near a golf course in Sydney's northwest on February 24, 11 days after he was forced into a vehicle at 5 a.m. by a gang of thugs in a tragic case of mistaken identity. The alleged intended target of the kidnapping was one-time criminal Dmitry Stepanyan.
Now, let me just make it quite clear. There is a very, very quite obvious age difference between this man who was the intended target and the old man who was taken. Like, seriously, this is like Benny Hill stuff. This is like, what an absolute joke. How can you make a mistake like that?
Sydney businessman and associate of the notorious Alameddine crime family, a group believed to be responsible for a string of gangland murders and the mass importation of drugs into Australia. A legal source with knowledge of some of the major players in Sydney's underworld has told the Daily Mail those responsible for the botched abduction will pay the ultimate price. I'm told the fools who did this will be eliminated for killing the wrong guy, but also for having the audacity to plan the abduction of the real target, the source said. They won't survive. These blokes are going to end up dead regardless of where they are. Even Supermax can't keep them safe. Separately, the source also said,
so also, you know, I've said that as well. It does not matter where you are. Anybody who is inside a prison can be got to at any times. Now, I've made videos before how I've been in the slot before and managed to get into a cell of somebody else who was in the slot. And, you know, this is the kind of thing that happens all the time. And let me tell you, human error is a very, very common thing that happens in prison, whether it be on purpose or not. But human error is a massive error when it comes to people's safety in prison.
Mr. Stepanyan was incensed his family had been publicly identified as the real target of the kidnapping and was on the warpath to find out who leaked his name. Daily Mail can reveal that Mr. Stepanyan's parents, who lived just 3 doors up from Mr. BAGHSARIAN's home on Northcott Avenue, suddenly left their house on the day of the kidnapping. Neighbours say they returned to the property for a couple of hours on Monday, shortly before they were publicly identified, to pack some belongings before leaving again. Locals now suspect they will never return after they were outed as the alleged real target for the kidnapping and torture ordeal endured by Mr. BAGHSARIAN.
Well, I can imagine they're not going to turn up either. Like, I mean, common sense would say so anyway.
Messages have even emerged showing an exchange between the kidnappers and Mr. Stepanyan. In the messages, Mr. Stepanyan allegedly says the kidnapping was a dumb error. How did yous get the wrong house? Dumb. God was with you. My old man would have blown your head off. Good luck next time, you dopes. He's not suggested Mr.
What about that? That's like being 100% no strings attached there. That is like letting them know that, yeah, you made a mistake.
Stepanian would seek to kill those responsible for the botched abduction. Neighbours on Northcott Avenue said Mr. Stepanian lived overseas and had not been residing with his parents for years, and that the house was known to police when he lived there. I'm surprised they got the wrong house, one neighbour said. Everyone knows that house. Both Mr. BAGHSARIAN and the Stepanians are believed to be of Armenian descent. Mr. BAGHSARIAN was asleep when two men smashed in his front window and forced him into a vehicle. The kidnappers reportedly severed Mr. BAGHSARIAN's finger during his time in captivity and later dumped his body in scrub on the perimeter of a golf course in Pitt Town. Police swarmed the scene on February 24 after Mr. BAGHSARIAN's body was uncovered on a disused turf farm between the golf course and vegetable farms.
Like, why? Let's be real here. Obviously, they realised that they got the wrong person. Like, why didn't they just let the person go? I don't understand. And obviously, this is why the whole criminal world is absolutely raving about it. So just let the old guy go. Like, he's an old, like, normal citizen of society who has absolutely no, like, links to any criminal. Like, yeah, let the old guy go. Why did you just have to do that? I understand why everyone is so angry about this.
A 400-metre stretch of road was blocked off from about 10 a.m, preventing farm workers and golf course staff from entering. Golfers continued to play on the country club property just 50 metres away. When he was first kidnapped, it's understood Mr. BAGHSARIAN was taken to a property in Dural, about 20 kilometres from North Ryde, and beaten as he appeared on a video sent to a gangland figure. On February 25, two men aged 24 and 29 were arrested at two properties in Sydney's northwest following extensive inquiries. Police said they were confident the men would soon be charged.
I would imagine, because obviously there's more people involved in this than these two people, and I would imagine that you would see people are going to start dropping like flies over this exact situation. Very, very serious people.
No ransom demands were made to Mr. BAGHSARIAN's family, who last week described their patriarch as a deeply loved and devoted father, brother, uncle and grandfather. Chris's kidnapping feels surreal, and we are struggling to make sense of the fact that he has been taken and that our family has been caught up in something that has nothing to do with us. We are living through a nightmare we never thought possible, the family said.
Well, yeah, there you go, guys. Like, I cannot for the life of me understand why they had to take it to that extreme. And I can absolutely understand why everyone is so pissed off about it. Well, yeah, there you go, guys. What about that? Pretty serious people that mean pretty serious business. And I would imagine that Daniel Stevens and Gerald Andrews are 100% not going to see their prison sentence out. And like I said, guys, just jump into Google and have a look how often people actually lose their lives inside the New South Wales prison system. Like, it is absolutely no joke. And these people have made some very, very serious mistakes with some very, very serious people. And so this will go across the board too. So what will happen now, it will not matter where these people land. There will be people that do not even have anything to do with this whatsoever, but just to make a name for themselves will take these people out just because they know that so many people want these people got. And there's probably almost guaranteed they've got a price on their head also. So there's going to be a lineup of people waiting to take these two people out. And rightly so. Like, you've made an absolute serious mistake here. And why? Why did you have to take it to the extreme you took it and take the old man's life? Obviously, you knew that you had the old man. You were getting messages from the intended target saying that if you had have gone to my old man's house, he would have blown your effing head off. And yeah, they said that God be with you. And I would imagine that, yeah, you should probably start praying right now, Daniel and Gerald, because, yeah, the next few years of your life are going to be absolute hell, and they are going to come to a sudden stop. And it's absolutely should happen like that. Like I always say, the real justice happens behind the prison walls, and this will not be any different. Well, rightio legends, there you go, the Chris Baghdasarian case, and Daniel Stevens, Gerald Andrews, absolute morons, made some big mistakes, but they've made even bigger enemies. And yeah, there you go, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please jump down there if you've enjoyed and hit that subscribe button. And if you jump up there and hit that bell icon, you'll never miss any of my clips again. I've been the Chaos Chronicles. You've been absolutely awesome. And as always, don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison. We out.